last show, the last warm-up session that we had some problems with sound on Facebook. So um, what I wanted to do before we start with the real thing in this warm-up session number three is to check up sound. Okay. So, but anyways, thank you so much for connecting to you as the enterprise warm-up session three. And today we're going to be talking about what life is all about. It's actually a pretty important thing to. Um, hey, Kathy, can you let me know if you have a good a good sound if you hear what I'm saying? Um, there in Instagram, I'm having problems with sound on my tablet, um, but I don't know really where the problem comes from. So thank you, Raquel. So the sound is good through YouTube. That's what you're saying. Um, Let me know if those connected through Instagram are can hear, and those on Facebook, please also let me know if sound is good. What I've done right now with Facebook, I have connected an external microphone, maybe because I'm far from the device, the sound is not good. Instagram is good. Thank you so much, Kathy and Raquel. And just waiting for someone on Facebook to let me know if that is good. So, um, yeah, so again, so this is warm up session three of you as the enterprise. Um, what I want to do right now is just to come back to what is that brought us to creating you as the enterprise. Ronald Mundo Santo, it's good to see you. How's China? Um, I'm not able to go back, but I've been following you, your progress on your roots of creativity. Very good. Ronald is an artist from Venezuela, by the way, and he is also an entrepreneur, and he can also shed some light into what it takes to create an audience and to create clients, and how is that you administer your life as an independent professional. We will get the chance to do that on July 8th during the web workshop. Okay, so what brought us to create you as an enterprise? Just this is just to refresh what I said in the first warm-up session. Remember, I was mentioning that we find out freelancers in the translation industry who had already have already developed certain reputation, but they haven't been able to grow as they want, so they can make the living or have the kind of life that they want to have. And so we also find freelancers that were having problems in entering the market, how they promote themselves, how to look for customers. And then I went into doing a quick sort of online research of about freelancers in other industries, and we find out that we that freelancers in different industries have the same problems: growth, those existing freelancers, and another problem is how to get clients. And so we decided to come up with you as an enterprise as a web workshop and open it worldwide so that people from different countries and different industries can actually join and then exchange ideas with other freelancers, find complementary skills also to offer, to be stronger in offering their skills and their professional skills to the market. So that's what actually brought us here. Now, another thing that encouraged us to create this web workshop. Today we are on just the warm-up session, right? So these are very short sessions. Armindo, good to see you. Thank you for joining. If you have the chance, connect to the streaming so that you can see the visuals and also the graphics that I'm going to show in a minute. So I was saying that another thing that encourages us to create this is the the definition, or how a freelancer perceives him or herself, and how he or she thinks of the world perceive a freelancer. So sometimes freelancing doesn't sound that professional. I'm not saying that it's not to be a professional. It is, and actually, you have to have a very high professional standards to succeed as a freelancer. But anyway, so one of the points that encouraged us to do that was the fact that the definition of what it is to be a independent professional was a little bit influenced in the way that freelancers will go into there. So again, during the warm-up sessions, I will continue to use the term freelancers, but slowly I will encourage everybody to move to put into their minds that the real terminology, or the correct terminology, I would say, in terms of work, could be an independent professional. Because in the end, people pay for the skills of the products, but deliver in a professional manner. So we want to, if we as freelancers want to become sort of an enterprise, or have the strength of an enterprise, then we need to upgrade our professional standards. So in the last warm-up session, I showed some statistics that tells us that the future is bright for freelancing as a profession. So today, I wanted to talk more about life in general, because in the end, whatever we do in life is to enjoy. Um, Many things must happen first to enjoy life fully. I will put it that way. Okay. So let me bring a file that I want to share with you today. Here. Okay. So I'm gonna go in full screen view mode. That is good. Okay. So there is one thing that I do not see on my screen when I'm sharing a screen, and is the chat for the streaming. But perhaps I am the one who just don't see it. Okay, now I see it. Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, so Raquel, may I ask you if you are also on the streaming, if you can see the poster of you as an enterprise, warm-up session 3, so that I move properly. For those on Facebook, if you want to have access to the visuals, I will encourage you to go to the link that I put on the description of this live session, so that you can also see the graphics and the visuals that I'm going to be showing. Of course, I will explain it, so you will be hearing anyways the whole content. All right, so I will assume that we can see. Okay, now it's working. Okay, so today in this warm-up session number 3, we're talking about what life is all about, right? So, and life is about being happy. Now, what makes a happy life is different from every person, because what makes me happy may be Anita. Thank you for watching, Anita. Anita may be happy through different kind of things. Okay, Yancy might be happy through different kind of things. So, Ceci, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. So life is about being happy. We agree on this. And here on the sharing on the streaming, I am showing in a statistical data of the differences in happiness across job types that was conducted by Harvard Business Review magazine. And so you can go to harvardbusinessreview.org and you can check different kind of research that they do. They're pretty serious about this. So in short, Western Europe, Latin America and the Caribbean countries, and North America, Australia, and New Zealand happens to have the higher happiness level among professions such as installation or repair, farming, fishing and forestry, transport, manufacturing, construction and mining, services, sales, business ownership, clerical or office. They put here professionals, and I want to say something about this, but the last part that they mentioned, the jobs, managers, executive, and official. So the managers, executives, and officials happens to be the happiest ones among these three regions. So in the research, they show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different regions: Europe, Central Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Central Eastern Europe, CSI, CIS, Southeast Asia, South Asia, East Asia, Latin America, North America, Middle East, and North Africa, and Sub-Sahara Africa. Again, so Western Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean, North America, Australia, and New Zealand happens to be the happiest one. New Zealand being one of the happiest. Now, see that they actually say differences in happiness across job types. And one of the things that they include as a job is professionals. Now, I will suggest that this is not wrong, but perhaps it's a little bit misleading. Being a professional, I will suggest, is not a job. It's a requirement for anybody who offers a service or a product into the market, right? Whether the market are individuals or companies. So that comes to freelancing. Freelancing, for example, in here is not listed as a job, but it is a job, and this job has to be conducted in a professional manner. Okay, so anyhow, so since freelancers are not there at the end of the warm-up session, I will show you what is the level of happiness among freelancers as compared to those who had a job. Okay, so but for the moment, let's stay with what Harvard Business Review is saying in terms of happiness based on jobs, types of jobs, right? Management, executives, and officials happens to be happier. This might be a reason for this, and those in managing positions normally they will have perhaps better salaries, and the says that the physical efforts that you have to do for the job is less. Now your mental effort is higher, so your strategical capabilities has to be higher, your holistic view of the processes has to be higher. All these things are into a a person, a freelancer, when this person sees him or herself as a professional and as an enterprise. So in the next one, the next chart is job engagement by region. So what is interested in this, also presented by Harvard Business Review, what is interested with in this chart is that only among all the regions, the same regions, Western Europe, Central and Eastern Europe, CIS, Southeast Asia, South Asia, East Asia, Latin America and the Caribbean, North America, Australia and New Zealand, Middle Eastern, North Africa, and Sub-Sahara Africa. Among all these regions, only about 20% of the respondents for this research say to be engaged into their jobs. Okay, and that is sort of a ringing the bell for companies, because companies that have those full-time employees, um, for the job to be delivered in the best way at the right time, so that you are not late on lead times. You need engaged people. So only 20% of people take part of this research say to be engaged in their jobs, with Latin America and the Caribbean having more people saying that to be engaged. Now, one of the things that I will propose for freelancers to to do, or that freelancers do, because normally freelancers working what they want to work at the time they want to work and from the place they want to work, is they engage in their jobs, and that is why they might be effective at what they do. There's why they may be growing their markets also. So when we talk about life is about being happy, I have divided this into several visuals just to explain one more thing. So happiness, we say life is about happiness. Happiness is about being healthy. Okay, so if you're not healthy, forget about working, forget about having fun, forget about learning, forget about anything. Health comes first, right? Now, being healthy is the way to what I call unlimited possibilities. Think about it. If you're healthy, you can learn, you can play, you can build a family, you can travel, you can go over your hobbies, um, you can experience more, right? So health does that with us. Here for the streaming, I'm showing you different pictures. Some of the pictures is me enjoying different kind of things, because I have the opportunity to do that, because at some point when I was still working and freelancing, I did some savings, and then I went into freelancing. And there are many things that I cannot do because I don't have a fixed job. I don't work from another person. But then later on, I build my own company and continue growing that freedom, I would say, that allow me to do the things. But oh, you cannot see the presentation on YouTube. Just give me a second. I'm gonna check up now. Raquel is telling me that the presentation on YouTube is not there, which is rare because I can see it. Let me see if I can share again. Just give me a second. Just give me a second, please. Uh, so this is just about technical issues. I cannot even call my something is happening. Relaunch. Um, hold it for a second. Those on Instagram and on Facebook, and just trying to figure out what's happening with the file that I want to share on the stream. There we go. There we go. Opening. Okay. Get this out of the screen. And I will go to share. Just give me a second, please. Window. Okay. Now, Raquel, could you confirm if you can see the presentation on YouTube right now? So I was saying, health will allow us um, to go anywhere, and health will allow us to do so many things. So being healthy requires many things. So your lifestyle, full screen. Now you can see it. Okay, so I'm not putting full screen because maybe that is what is creating a problem, right? So, but Raquel, can you see the presentation on full screen on your screen? Okay, I will assume that is a yes. All right, so I put here on the streaming like different activities that we can do if we are healthy, right? We can learn, we can travel, we can build a family, we can play, we can practice our hobbies, and so on and so forth. We can develop different skills. Remember in the last session, last Friday, the warm-up session 2, uh, no, Kathy, we on Facebook and Instagram, unfortunately, I can assure you because I'm streaming only to one platform, which is the YouTube. So you can go to my bio on Instagram, click on that link, and then we'll open a web page and just click on June 28th, and it will bring you to the live platform where you can see it. Okay. So last warm up session on Friday, I mentioned the fact that we can get into learning different skills. One of the statistics that we show um, told us that told us that most of the freelancers offer 3 or more skills, right? I will assume these are complementary skills. So freelancing can also allow you to go and learn different kind of skills so that your service is, it's more complete. Your offer to the market is more complete. So, but all these things that we can do, if we are healthy, we can travel, we can learn, we can practice our sports, we can develop our hobbies, requires money. And by money, I mean it requires a stable income. Remember, before you enter on the market as a professional or as a freelancer into the market, or before you decide to remain as a freelancer, you need to think about what kind of life you want to have and how you will create that stable income that would allow you to have that kind of life because that is going to make you happy. That is what's going to make you happy. So we're saying life is about being happy. Happy is about being healthy. Being healthy allows you to do so much. But to do this much as a healthy person, you need money, and that money, by money, I refer um, to unstable income. Okay, so here's a simple model. This stable income comes from stable clients who pay for professional services or products. Now, those clients could be companies or individuals, right? Now, these companies and individuals are required to be both professionals, to work on professional terms, right? So the word professional continues to be key in you as an enterprise because we want to change that concept of a freelancing is perceived as a free of responsibilities, less serious to take, but it's not. Many people are freelancing right now, as we saw last Friday. And if you haven't watched the video, you can go to my channels on YouTube and then see warm up session number 2 for those statistics. Okay, so again, stable incomes from stable clients who pay for professional services coming from companies or individuals, right? Both of them are professionals. So now let's see what happened with freelancers and happiness. Are freelancers happier professionals? Well, the answer in one word is yes. It seems to be the case. So I have here three numbers or three results shortened of three different research, right? An independent survey sponsored by Freelancers Union and Upwork showed that freedom, choice, and flexibility often equals happiness. That is, that people who participated in this research, they say happiness means freedom, choice, and flexibility. All this you can have as a freelancer. So freedom of time that you want to work, freedom of clients you want to accept, freedom of places you want to work from. You don't have much more freedom in terms of prices because there is a whole market out there with a lot of competition, growing competition and freelancers as well, that sort of set the the floor and the ceiling of how much we can charge, depending on how skillful you are and how professional you present, you deliver your work. But then you have choices again, you have flexibility, and again, you need to have a stable income to be able to play with these three elements that will help you to become happier if you decide to go into freelancing. Now, remember, on July 8th, we're going to see that it's not that simple. Okay, there are things that we need to prepare, and we are going to get those things ready on July 8th. So there is another research conducted by Report Linker says that 84% of independent professionals, I like it because they call it that, find a real purpose working, they say, in the gig community. All right. So that means contracts that you get as a freelancer. So 84% of them say that. And 97%, this is a research conducted by McKinsey, 97% of contractors reported they were much happier than the permanent counterparts. Say, if I am an engineer working as a freelancer, I am happier than the same kind of engineer working for the company. So again, I worked for other institutions, for other companies in different industries for about 30 years. And I was happy with my jobs. I was happy with my bosses most of the time, most of them. Um, and I was happy with the task that I was conducting. So, but the truth is that I have at the very least 10 to 12 hours of my time uh, that I cannot use during the daytime, where I could be learning something different, or where I can be at the beach for an hour, then going back to work, things like that, where I could practice my hobbies, which are many. Um, of course, I mean there is the fact that when you work for a company, you don't need to work for many of the other things that you have to take under consideration when you freelance or when you set up your own company, when you become legally an enterprise, right? You are registered as an enterprise. But again, so what we see from research is that freelancers may feel that they contribute more to the economy, to the world, to themselves. They find meaning in the work, they find purpose in life, working as freelancers, as independent professionals, and that they seem to be happier than those who do the same job working for a company. Now, freelancing is not for everybody. We know that because there are certain things that need to be in place that require personal effort. Now, remember last week on Friday, one of the statistics in the data, we show that um, one of the main reasons why people go into freelancing is personal growth. So that means that all the efforts that you make um, at work as a freelancer, as an independent profession, are for you to grow. When you work for a company, you do you make those efforts for the growth of the company. Of course, I mean depending on the type of the company and how much they actually how much interest they put in their employees, then the company grows and all the employees grow as well with the company. So pros and cons, remember. So the final advice I would say for this warm up session is that you got to do what you love. If you go and just go online and find any of those motivational speakers, and many will say, do what you love. And this is true. Many also sustain that money is a consequence of the passion that you put in what you do. That could be cutting papayas or developing new technologies. Okay, um, as long as you like it. No, I remember one of my bosses, a very wise man, used to repeatedly come down to the offices and remind us that when you, even when you don't have a choice, you still have a choice. And one of the choices is when you cannot do what you love, you can learn to love what you do. Okay. Because sometimes circumstances, for example, a pandemic, will put us in situations in which we have not much choices in terms of what we want to do, but the opportunity, and it put us to do something that we were not necessarily waiting online to do, but this is what it is, and then we can make the chance to learn to love what we do. Okay, and we take it just a step towards becoming a happier person. Now, but regardless of you working for the company or as a freelancer, the advice is that whatever you do it in a professional manner. So, and this is what we are going to be doing on July the 8th, remember, as this web workshop, You as the Enterprise. So remember that on July 8th is a workshop. So we're going to be working, you are going to be working on your specific blueprint to go stronger into the market. Okay. So the warm up session is giving us information, perhaps is giving us some, Lisette, good to see you. Thanks for joining on Facebook. So I was saying, you as the enterprise, as a workshop, we're going to be working. You are going to be working and building your own blueprint so that you can go into the market stronger, whether it is as a new freelancer or as an existing freelancer, and we'll develop the tools, the toolbox. We're going to build a toolbox to grow as a professional, as an independent professional. So thanks again for joining today. Remember, we have another warm-up session on Wednesday at the same time. My advice for those on Instagram and Facebook is to join the stream so that you can have access to the visuals that I present. Nothing really outside this work. Okay, so it is still, but it is still good to see what is on the screen. So. Thanks a lot for those on the stream. I'm going to stop the sharing right now. And back to this. Remember, we are doing this with we are doing this in collaboration with Verve Translations, my partners now. And this is me. And this banner in here is the information for the workshop. Again, be ready to work. You need to have paper and pen to take notes. Have a great week, and I will see you on Wednesday at the same time. Cheers for now. I'm trying to, this happens all the time because I have touch screens, but my laptop is not touch screens, and I was actually touching the screen to end the broadcast. So, but now I am doing it properly. So I'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks again.